Good afternoon. I invite you to take your seats. I am Rajal Pandya-Loch, a Service Chief of Staff in the Director General's Office at IFPRI, and I'm very pleased to welcome all of you. A big welcome to all of you here in the room, a big welcome to those of you who are joining us via live stream, and a big welcome to those of you who will join us in the days and weeks and months on the video. We have a very, very exciting policy seminar lined up for you today on sustainable intensification is the answer to global food security. We have a truly inspiring speaker, one of my own personal heroes. I've known him for about 25 years. It's a big welcome back to you, Gordon, who was a member of the IFPRI Board of Trustees in the early 1990s and since then involved with us. But more on that later. We are delighted to host this event today together with the USAID Alumni Association. And our special thanks to Alex Shako, for approaching us to hold this event together and for organizing it so wonderfully. We're pleased to have members of the USAID Alumni Association and many other friends and colleagues from the Washington area join us here today. Let me ask Alex in turn to introduce our speaker to you today. And Alex, I welcome you.
Well, let me add my welcome to all of you for coming here today. It's really delightful to see you all, and I'm particularly grateful to the leadership and staff of IFPRI for agreeing to host and to co-sponsor this event. This is the first time that the USAID Alumni Association has ever had a joint session with IFPRI, and I hope it will not be the last. But thank you very much to all of you for doing that. It's been just terrific working with you and your colleagues. I am delighted to introduce to you my friend of long standing, as distinct from old friend, Sir Gordon Conway. As his impressive resume is, I think, known to almost all of you here today, I'm not going to dwell on the details because of we have very scarce time today for this presentation. Suffice it to say that two of the high points of his very illustrious career include having been the president of the Rockefeller Foundation for about 7 years, and then for about 5 years or so, I think, to be the chief scientist at DFID. I think the first chief scientist that DFID ever had. But Gordon has asked that I can, rather than giving you more details about his bio, which is available to you easily online, that I convey a couple of things about his current priorities and pursuits. He's now back at Imperial College London, where exactly 40 years ago, he set up the master's program in environmental technology. Starting with 20 students, there are now 150 students each year, and last week, some 700 came back for a reunion and a big celebration out of some 4,000 students that have been through this program since Gordon set it up 40 years ago. Since returning to Imperial in 2010, Gordon has also been chairing the Montpellier panel, a group of 15 European and African experts on agricultural development in Africa. It has produced a range of easily accessible briefing reports on a range of topics primarily aimed at European donors. And is there a pile of some of those out in front, Gordon? A few of these are available out front. But Gordon also tells me that the panel is about to morph into the Montpellier Malabo panel under the chairmanship of Joachim van Braun, who is well known to people as the former director of IFPRI, and Usman Badian, IFPRI's director for Africa, and I think he is here somewhere, yes? Oh, there he is, who I'm really delighted that you're here today too. The panel will be based in Dakar, Senegal, and focus on providing African governments and NGOs with evidence-based advice on policies to foster food and nutrition security in Africa. So, once again, I thank you all for coming. Let us now hear Gordon speak on sustainable intensification is the answer to global food insecurity. Gordon?